right on his tail. Then we've had a really good start from David Smith. He leads the Division 2 trucks. Which of the lenses is it? It is not quite possible to see the number on the side of the truck from there, as we have certainly got Steve Thomas back into the action. Not sure that we've got Ricky Collett back underway. So there's Steve Thomas, who was tagged by Ricky Collett. Also got the lens truck that's back out on track, so that is powering around, and that was the 87 truck, Sasha Lenz, who was involved in the incident. So it's Heinz Werner Lenz who runs. We've got Ricky Collett, who is yet to emerge from the gravel trap at Riches. So Ricky Collett, casualty from that one, having made such a good start. A real shame that he's got no further than the first corner as the race leaders pound down the Bentley straight for the first time, hitting that top speed of 100 miles an hour before they then jig through Brundle and Nelson. And if anything, the battle to watch for is now going to be the one that's best reserved. Ben Horn himself on turn with Heinz Werner Lenz. Heinz Werner Lenz is not enabling Matt Summerfield to break clear at the head of the pack. So they come out of the bomb hole and on towards Coram Curve. It's Summerfield then who leads the way by about 6 or so truck lengths from Heinz Werner Lenz in second position. Then it's Ben Horn in third. He's got David Jenkins right on his. Ricky Collett is very emphatically out of this race. Meanwhile, the race leader, Matt Summerfield, is already out of Palmer, heading towards Agostini. His advantage over Heinz Werner Lenz is 2.7 seconds. What about David Jenkins? Can Jenks do anything about closing in on Lenz and just maybe challenging for that second place in the front row slot for the final? Instead, he's actually been caught by Ben Horn through Agostini, and Ben Horn is now taking the fight back to David Jenkins. So it's silver that leads gold as they accelerate on towards the right-hander at Hamilton. Onto the left-hander at Hamilton rather, and through, still in third position, is David Jenkins. Then it's the double right-handers of Oggies and Williams, with Jenkins keeping his nose ahead of Ben Horn. But Horn, what we saw earlier on, was just suffering, just had the advantage rather on the straight, and so will he be able to draw up onto the tail of the MAN of David? So that gap remains. Steve Thomas is absolutely charging up through the pack. He is closing on the tail of Stephen Powell. That is for 7th position. It's having been almost a third of a lap down by the time he emerged from the Riches gravel trap. He really is wasting absolutely no time in carving up through the order. Then the race leader, Matt Summerfield, his advantage over Heinz Werner Lenz, who is growing a little bit over the course of the last lap, maybe in second or so, no more than that. Managed that gap to David Jenkins, so Jenkins still, rather than chasing down second place, is embroiled in a battle for third position. And Case Zandbergen, well, how he is 20 seconds back from the Jenkins and Horn battle. That's probably a little bit too much of an ask, but certainly overhauling Case Zandbergen is a possibility. We've got super battling as well going on throughout the Division 2 trucks, with Brian Burt, Oscar Clark and John Powell having a really nice three-way scrap as they went through Riches. So Thomas gains the place now on David Smith, turning into Palmer, so that's into 6th position for Steve Thomas. The race leader, Matt Summerfield, continues to stretch his advantage, 3rd and 4th, as they were. So now the chase is on between Case Zandbergen in 5th position, Steve Thomas in 6th. How quickly can Steve Thomas get onto terms with the Dutchman? Because the way he's going at the moment, you'd say it's only going to be a matter of a couple of laps. Also carving up through the field is Sasha Lenz, as the John Powell, Oscar Clark and Brian Burt battle arrives into Agostini. Brian Burt just beginning to be dropped ever so slightly from that tussle. And then they've got Jim Bennett, the local man, as well, trying to close in onto their tail. Thomas has already been able to open up an advantage of several seconds over David Smith, 0.8, and that's 2 seconds quicker than Jenkins and Horn were managing. So David Jenkins and Ben Horn getting engaged in battle, and there's a possibility that they may just find themselves slipping into the clutches of Steve Thomas. Also see Sasha Lenz working his way up through the order. He's just moved ahead of David Smith, so that puts Lenz then into 7th position. David Smith it is, who still is comfortably in command of the Division 2 trucks. Breaking down into Oggies there, Matt Summerfield, the race leader, and he's doing really exactly what he did in race 1, which is controlling proceedings very, very comfortably. He is under no particular threat for the lead of the race, but the fight for third is still very tight. Ben Horn is right on the tail of David Jenkins. He's not maybe quite close enough to challenge, but he's certainly not enabling Jenkins to break away from him. and ride off into the distance, and they've also got to be careful to manage their pace because Kay Sandbergen and then the charging Steve Thomas really not too far back as Jenkins kicks up the dust on the extra Williams. Doesn't seem to have slowed him down at all, because then as he accelerates along the Bentley straight, he extends his advantage over Ben Horn, who now slips to a couple of seconds adrift as they head into the braking zone for Brundle and Nelson, and that's where Ben Horn's been a little bit stronger, so he'll be looking to bring that gap back. Also got still the John Powell, Oscar Clark and Brian Burt battle, with Powell just ahead of Clark and Burt. Three of them have closed up on each other somewhat over the course of the last lap. Likewise, Ben Horn has really begun to bring that gap back down to David Jenkins. It's still a couple of seconds, but it's a lot less than it was when they were